Thank you. We give a big thanks to Terahertz Malaysia Senior Mahat for giving us a chance to give another health talk this Sunday. Those regulars, welcome back. Those new people, we welcome you to spend your night with us in this Zoom. And we are very, very pleased that again, Dr. Prabhu will be here to do his sharing with you. Tonight is the 75th episode of his Health is Wealth, which I like very much and I often say it. And who is Dr. Prabhu? He is a epigenetic wellness consultant, ENT specialist, human bio-vibes analyst. He's a member of world-renowned medical groups, consultants to many medical journals and magazines. And he'll be here to share with us, I think if I'm not wrong, it's 100 episodes. And today is the 75th episode. Without further ado, let us welcome Dr. Prabhu to give his talk. Thank you very much. Dr. Prabhu, please.
Hello, very good evening. Just give me a minute, please. Let me. All right. At last, the journey of my path with terahertz has come to the 75th episode. This is the most memorable event for me because I was just thinking silver jubilee was 25, then I could go to the golden jubilee, which is 50. But today is the platinum jubilee, that is 75. And definitely I wish I can finish the 100th episode, which it will happen because I have a lot of topics to be discussed. So today's topic of health is wealth, that this particular quote has been there and everybody is talking about it. But how is that I'm going to correlate with our water is something beautiful which just happened today, and then I have prepared the slide. So saying so, let me go with the flow of the next. So thank you very much for every participant down here on this platform, without which this journey of 75 wouldn't have happened for me. So it's amazing. Thank you very much, and God bless every one of you with good health, peace, joy, and happiness. Saying that, what exactly are we talking about? When you look at the word healthy and wealthy, and when you take the first two letters, that is the he, and we take the wealth, the we. So when he is the creator and we are the co-creators. Isn't this amazing? In fact, on this planet Earth, we as human beings are co-creators. There are a lot of things we can create just like the way the creator has done. But the sad part of most of us is we are actually destroying the environment in many ways because of our ignorance, because of our arrogance, and because of so many other areas where we as human beings have failed to pick the information as to how powerful are we. So when we are talking about co-creation, what is that we have co-created? Let's go with our own terahertz device. Now just imagine if you're talking about maybe 10 years ago, nobody knew about terahertz resonating device. It was not there at all. Even 5 years ago, if you look at it, was not there. It was only in 2019 in Malaysia, for the first time, when people were talking about terahertz resonator, I was wondering, this is another MLM marketing coming in and then they are promoting some water device. But only when I saw the demo and then I personally started drinking the water, then I really went into the terahertz technology, picked up a lot of information, and it was an amazing. So as of today, yes, it's almost 2 years. November 30th was the first time I came on Zoom, and now I think the next month there's another 1 month to go. But when I say co-creators, aren't we beautiful in creating this wonderful device in terms of helping every individual in terms of becoming healthy by drinking the resonated water? Yes, it is something amazing. So when you're looking at the co-creation, you as an individual also, you can do a lot of things in terms of creating good health to people. And in terms of business, if you look at how to make wealth as well, being in this terahertz device, and then how you can, make some money out of it as well. So in that way, you can be another beautiful co-creator, and you can co-create along with other people to do so many things in terms of human excellence, in terms of human endurance, in terms of human assistance. So there are so many ways we can be a very wonderful co-creator. So in that way, appreciating the creator, he gave all this beautiful journey. And in fact, when you look at the healthy word as well, it's when we are born, definitely we all are healthy. Other than the people who are born with ill health, it's a different ball game and a story. But most of us are born very healthy. But as we progress in our journey of life, there are a lot of ignoring situations by us. Actually, we are the reason if our health is deteriorated. It's because we have never looked into that area of wellness, wherein we start looking at how to become healthy, what kind of foods are we supposed to eat, how to keep our mindset. There are a lot of things we can do for being healthy. So when the creator created us, we were healthy individuals. But as we progressed and we understood that we are all co-creators, we started doing a lot of wrong things in our journey of life. And then we started attracting those kind of unfavorable vibration in terms of diseases. And then when you start attracting, definitely there is a lot of repercussion because of attracting those kind of unfavorable vibration in terms of disease, in terms of your mind. There are so many things you can look into. But at the end of the day, today, the 30th of October, can we change? Yes, we can change. Let's all become a responsible co-creator and then start working towards first ourselves. That means, how can we be healthy first? And when you are healthy, automatically, you definitely can make the wealth, which is a holistic approach of everything. Wealth is not just having money. It's many other areas is collectively called as being wealthy. So saying that to be healthy, one of the most important, one of the most important ingredient for being healthy is water. In that way, when you look at heal thyself, when you split the word as heal plus die, when you can heal thyself, there's a lot of wonderful things happening in your own body and your own system, which works without you putting on the switch for you to, for example, if there is a foreign organism coming into your body, it can be a virus, it can be a bacteria, it can be a fungus. You don't switch on the immune system to say, hey, come, these guys have come in, now you all have to go and attack them, kill them, and then throw them out. You don't tell them, but automatically your body does. Now, with such an amazing instrument called the body, when you have that, isn't it our responsibility to, give a little bit of concern towards the body and work towards how to keep it healthy all the time and how to support. We need to just support your body, nothing else. So when you're talking about supporting the body, drinking water is one of the ways of supporting your body. Now, what is the so difficult situation for us to even drink the sufficient required amount of water every day? Why should 70 to 80% of the world population be dehydrated, even though we're all surrounded by the majority with the sea around us, with the water around us, but still human beings, we are having dehydration. Now, if you don't have water to drink, then it is a different story, but you have the water resources for you to drink. But why is that you're not drinking? Because the priorities what we give in our day-to-day life is different other than drinking water. But I have seen a lot of beautiful souls, I think in our Terahertz group also, carrying the 2 liters of Terahertz resonated water everywhere with a sticker on it as a Terahertz resonated water. Now, this is something we all need to discipline ourselves in terms of what we need to do is, especially if you're looking at drinking the right amount of water every day. So you have to start disciplining yourself in your life. So that is a very, very important. So now, to be healthy, water is an important element. Now, what are the other areas where we need to look at? Now, being wealthy, is it good or not? Yes, definitely it is good. If you have a lot of money, you have a beautiful house, you have a beautiful car, all these are all included in your wealth, a big bank balance. All these are all is an advantage. But many times what we fail to understand is we become so busy in, running behind the wealth, we forget that this particular uh, vehicle called the body is the one actually making you to become wealthy. But what are you doing? You don't go for proper exercise. You may not be having proper food habits. Your mindset, a lot of tension and stress, lack of sleep, all these when it collectively happening in your body, what will happen? Definitely your health starts deteriorating. Now, when your health starts deteriorating and then you start opening your eyes and then say, okay, fine, now I'm going to, by the time you will be almost 50 plus. Now, 50 plus, just imagine your cells are also 50 plus years of age. They are already aging on one side. Now, there are a lot of cells dying inside without proper nutrition, without proper water, without proper oxygen. There are a lot of things going on in the cell, but you won't even realize all that. When there is lack of oxygen, the cancer cell starts growing. You don't even know. You get surprised when the doctor comes and tells you, hey, you're in the stage, fourth stage of cancer. Now, this is something everyone, in spite of being, following a lot of protocols, being healthy, you still can be exposed to a situation where the cancer cells may start cropping up and then, start growing. That is a different issue, but still, we still can handle it. Now, coming back to our what exactly the health, HEALTHY, what does it exactly mean? If you look at the picture itself, you will know hidden eternal alignment in line with the holistic you. So you are not a single entity here. This is something you need to understand. You're not a single entity. There is a lot of things inside your body. Just as you see in this beautiful picture, what do you see? Everyone would be seeing, I think you can see it because there is a ring I have put there. So which is the baby you're seeing, and it's in the womb. But other than the baby, what are you seeing? You can see the scenery down there. There is a beautiful lake, and you can see the trees down there, and you can see two people, one couple down there, and you can see rocks down here, and you can see another tree down there. Now, so many things are seen here, right? Even though it's just one photograph, there are some. Now, this is where you need to see holistically. Holistically is, it's something like you have to see from an angle where I would always say that it is 360 degrees. We have to look at 360 degrees. That is when, especially your health, it's a 360 degrees vision you need to have. It is not just suddenly one day you get up in the morning and you go for exercise, or suddenly one fine day you become enlightened and say, okay, now I'm going to drink terahertz water and I'm going to become healthy. Just by drinking terahertz water, it doesn't mean you're going to become healthier. It's a part of it. But if you have a habit of eating all the tin food, have the habit of eating always the restaurant food, you're having the habit of smoking, you're having the habit of drinking alcohol regularly, sleeping late nights, lack of sleep, all these factors other than drinking water, if you're going to have all those unfavorable situations in life, definitely you will face problems. So that means you need to have a holistic approach once again. The wholesome is always there. In the recent past, actually you would have seen most of the shops selling normal bread, right? But nowadays you can see here it's a wholesome bread. Why do they call it as wholesome? Now they call it wholesome because they have added so many things in terms of nutrition, in terms of minerals, in terms of vitamin, in terms of healthy bread. That's why they call whole meal bread. Can you believe this? This is not as the latest way of telling you that whole thing. So in the same way, when you're looking at our life, we have to look every situation from a holistic approach. It could be even a problem or a situation in your life that you're facing. Look at from all the angles. How are you going to find a solution for it? For a solution, it's always better when you go 360 degrees. You can look into, you have to first of all get out of the situation where you are not that particular person. Get out of that person and then see the situation. You will get a lot of solutions much more easily. And definitely you need to take assistance from other people as well. When there is a situation for you to get the solution, you need to approach. This is very, very important. So saying that health is not a single entity, right? Why do I say that? Definitely with 50 trillion cells inside your body, we are talking cells, 50 trillion cells. How many organs are there in total? Almost 80 organs. How many muscles are there? 639. How many bones are there? 206. With so many. Now just imagine if these guys are, there's 80 organs. Let's take the organs. If your heart is not going to cooperate and send the right amount of blood to the foot, what will happen? If the heart says, no, 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 I can't pump so much of blood to your foot there. I find it so difficult. I cannot push the blood down there. What will happen to the foot there? The foot automatically will go into a gangrene. That means there is no blood supply. Your foot is dying. So the moment foot is dying, what doctors will do? They will very happily come and cut your leg. So once you cut your leg, what will happen? After that, you need to go for an artificial leg. How comfortable is your artificial leg? It won't be comfortable, but no choice. You need to. So now today, if you're talking about the lack of blood supply for your foot, what is the commonest reason? The commonest reason for losing your leg is diabetes. Now, diabetes is basically, I always will say, it's not a big disease at all. Now, why are you creating such a hype of the disease and then making a mess? It's a very simple step by step. You need to follow certain guidelines for your food habit, guidelines for taking your medication properly, guidelines to, heal yourself. See, always you need to understand that if at all, if you are in the early stage of diabetes, you need to work towards healing your cells. But most of us will be thinking, okay, fine, my pancreas is a problem, so I need to work with the pancreas. It's not just the pancreas alone which needs a support in terms of diabetes. Pancreas only produces an hormone called insulin. Insulin is necessary for your glucose metabolism. But more than insulin, now just imagine now, your insulin is already attached to your glucose and then it will carry and go. What it will do, just carrying the glucose all over your body, nothing is going to happen. Somewhere someone has to utilize it. Now, for example, it will go to the muscle and then the muscle is supposed to utilize the glucose. If the muscle needs to get utilized by, to utilize this glucose, what it needs to do, if you're doing regular exercise, definitely what will happen, that particular muscle needs, it is hungry, it wants food, it wants the glucose. So what happened? It will take the glucose inside. But how many diabetics you all practice, regular exercise, regular, if possible, I would always say you need to lift a little bit of weight, maybe between 2 to 5 kgs. See, we don't need to lift 40 kgs or 50 kgs as we don't go for any tournament where we have to show our physical body. We don't need to. But here, you need to carry a little, especially 50 plus age. You all need to understand that you need to do a little bit of dumbbells wherein you pick up and move your arms up and down and then with a little bit of weight. Of course, this is very, very important. So what happens? If your glucose is utilized, do you think your blood sugar will be high? No way. This is one of the very simplest thing what I'm talking about. Now, the second situation is, even for example, if your glucose needs to go inside the doors, there is something called zinc, which is very, very important for the glucose transportation inside. Now, imagine if you have a zinc deficiency. You think the glucose can go inside? Only when the zinc is there, the doors will open. That is when the glucose can go inside. Now, how many of you all check your zinc level and then only, you handle your diabetes? Not many of us. Now, this is where the hair analysis comes in. This is where we as epigenetic doctors come in and then we pick up, because our instruments can pick up all those deficiencies. And then the moment we start giving the body with the required nutrition, everything starts wonderful, beautifully working there. So here I was talking about the heart and the pumping of bloods. Okay. Now there's another situation. For example, your heart needs coenzyme 10. Coenzyme. These are all simple examples I'm giving you. If at all, if you're 40 plus, your coenzyme will be very low. All right. Now, if your coenzyme is very low, how your heart is going to work? The heart requires that required amount of CoQ10 for it to pump your heart so that the blood can reach your wherever the destiny. If your heart is getting tired without the coenzyme, now what are you going to do? How are you going to check? How do you know that your coenzyme is deficient? You wouldn't know, right? Unless you check it. And especially people who are all on statins, so cholesterol medicine. You should have seen quite a good number of cases, especially with my hair profiling. People who are all on statins, their CoQ10 definitely will be low. So when your CoQ10 is low, that means statins is blocking that particular coenzyme from getting absorbed. So what you need to do, you need to supplement your body. So this is where I'm talking about. You want to be healthy. it is a big challenge for you. Way to know what to know. That is when we try to, as doctors, we definitely will try to assist you by giving you the right information for you to, become healthier. See, at the end of the day, we all are on this planet Earth. We help each other, nothing else. We don't carry anything. But at the end of the day, we all need to. It's a synchronizing challenges we have, but we need to help each other. Same way, imagine 80 organs. They all need to cooperate. If brain doesn't cooperate with your, especially with your arms and legs. Now this happens where, especially when you're having a stroke on one side, it doesn't. Even if you think that you want to lift your hand, you just cannot lift your hand. Many times you would have seen, you want to take the spoon, it will go on the left or right side. Why is that? Because there is no coordination. Just imagine if the brain and the foot doesn't coordinate. You cannot balance. You will be swaying actually. Now, when the body has mechanism so beautifully to coordinate, synchronize, and do everything to the best of his ability to you, what is your problem in taking care of that body to the best of your abilities? What is the problem? We shouldn't have any problem. We all should definitely take care of our body in such a way that the priority of whatever you're doing, number one should be your health, your body. Without your body, you cannot do anything. So in that way, you need to understand that health plays such an important role. You can have the whole world of money, but at the end of the day, if you want a kidney, who is going to come and donate you? If you want a heart, who is going to come and donate you? Nobody's. Just imagine you want someone has to donate one brain. You think people out there are waiting there? You can have $1 million in your bank. Who is going to donate you the brain? Nobody is going to do that. So in that way, there are a lot of things. These are all examples. I don't need to give you all because you're all intelligent enough to understand that yes, it is necessity. But still, time and again, we all need to remind because sometimes we just ignore what is happening and then we just go back to our routine because of our conditioned mind. So what are the tips of being healthy? The first tip I will give you is drinking water and staying hydrated. So there are 10 tips I'm going to give today. The first one is this. Now, what is the second one? I don't need to go right now because I'm going to tell you at the end of the thing. So let's go with the water first. Now, in the world, how many people don't have access to drinking water? 9 out of 10 people. That's quite, quite a big number, is it? Now, in that way, there are a lot of good things for us because at least in Malaysia, we have a wonderful opportunity for drinking the water. Now here you see here 660 million is basically we are talking about when the population was around 7 billion. We are talking the 10%, 660, but now I think it would have gone up to 700 plus. Now, if by chance you have the drinking water accessibility, don't you think it's a blessing for us? Now, on the other side, if you look at the hospitals, there are a lot of hospitals who is packed with patients, especially children, water related diseases. It's a simple thing because they don't get a clean drinking water. So if you are one among the 9 out of 10 wherein you have the drinking water facility, what's your problem? Why should you be dehydrated? Do you need an AD or any other person for you to prick your finger, show in the blood that yes, you are all well hydrated? Do you need a person like AD? Yes, what he's doing is an amazing job. He's able to show you. You can see with your own eyes how well are you hydrated. Isn't it a beautiful co-creation? What Eddie and the group of people in our terahertz are doing? It's an amazing co-creation. It's an amazing tool. But for you and me, what I would say is drink sufficient amount of water. There's nothing wrong in drinking sufficient amount of water. Now, are you drinking the water with the right properties? Now, drinking water is on one side, drinking water. But here what I'm talking is, are you drinking the water with the right properties? Because if you are not drinking the right water with the right properties, what will happen is dehydration is a common problem. See, everybody, if you ask any person whom all you meet up, they say, hey, I'm drinking sufficient amount of water. I'm drinking. But when you check the blood and see the clumping of all those cells and all, definitely they are dehydrated. And there are a lot of other things which AD picks up, and then he gives a lot of information from there as well. That is all much more deeper. But just the hydration itself, we don't drink sufficient amount of water. So that means what? The cells do not get hydrated because the water molecular size is much bigger. Now, here what you see on the right side is all the clumped, on the left side what you see is all the hydrated cells of your blood test. So in that way, when you look at what is the biggest advantage what we have today in our this situation is staying hydrated with the terahertz resonator is something amazing. This is a gift for us. Now, how many of us, the people around the world having the terahertz resonator? Not many. So at least we know. So on this platform, when there is some information regarding this terahertz, please share to your friends. Please share it. It's not in terms of business you need to look at. In terms of sharing the knowledge, you definitely need to share this knowledge that there is a device which can resonate the water, and it's a non-touch technique. And definitely when you drink this water, it's always good because the cells can drink the water. If the cells cannot drink the water, then what's the point in you drinking the water? It goes outside and then automatically you will pee out. That's it. So no big deal, isn't it? The cell needs an hydration. So when you say cell needs an hydration, what is the next thing you need to do? What are the effects of water? Now, one is the blood circulation. If your blood is very thick also is a problem, isn't it? If you don't drink sufficient amount of water, there is something called dehydration, lack of water, there will be a problem. Now, metabolic waste, especially if the cell does all the job of metabolism, and then it churns everything, it picks up the vitamins, everything, and then after that what utilizes the energy. Then if the waste is not thrown out, what will happen is just like you all eat the food and then you don't go to the toilet next day morning. What will happen? Nothing will happen. Maybe the next day morning nothing will happen. Imagine for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6th day, what will happen? Your stomach will start bloating up, you will feel so uneasy, you cannot eat, you will start vomiting, you will have vomiting like sensation, your abdomen is so tight you cannot do anything. So you have to run to the hospital. The doctors will do the needful for clearing your bowels. Just imagine the same problem at a smaller level is your cell level, that the cells is not able to throw the waste product out. Now, if the waste stays back inside the cell, what are the problems the cell can face? Definitely, the cell can mutate. That means it can convert itself into a much poisonous cell. Thereby, it can be a cancer, it can be any other disease, it can be inviting other diseases also. For example, one cell, totally got waste. Do you know that there can be some bacteria which are very happy to go into that cell and then eat all the waste, and then very happily they start multiplying. Now, it can cause a disease if at all, if that situation happens, because these guys who are eating all the waste also are not good guys. Sometimes they will actually create more problem, because the moment, just like cancer cells, once they start growing, they will start clearing up all your waste, and then they will start moving in such a high speed that in spite of your chemotherapy, in spite of your radiotherapy, nothing is going to work. The only way for us is one-way ticket for us to book our ticket and go to the grave. But there are a lot of people who have overcome the disease. There are a lot of people who can overcome the cancer disease. Yes, how? It's all a stepwise discipline, and then they do the right thing. Like you would have seen a lot of especially cancer people who have survived. You see their lifestyle and you see what they eat. They'll be juicing all the vegetables and fruits, and they will go for regular walk. They will do some breathing exercise. They will do a lot of yoga, and they won't eat any tin food, they won't drink milk, they won't eat sugar, all this. See, why do they discipline themselves after the disease comes in? So you and I, what you need to do, start changing. So the effect of water, nutrition absorption, definitely you need water. Thermoregulation, especially for your temperature. Have you anytime seen when you have fever, you just drink a good sufficient amount of water, your fever goes down? Have you ever tried drinking water, especially terahertz water, when you have an allergic situation? You spray the water on that allergic area, your allergy will come down. Number two, when you drink the water also, it neutralizes the toxins which is there inside the body, and thereby your allergic situation of itch also comes down. Then for the metabolism also, your water is very, very important. Then body balancing system, very, very important. So water is very, very important in our body, and 70% of the body we carry water. Now saying that, according to the guidelines, what is WHO says, water must be potable. What do you mean by potable? That means it should be drinkable. Number one, free from all the heavy metals. Heavy metals like what? Your lead, mercury, cadmium, aluminum, all this should not be there inside the water. So that means you need to have a proper filtration system wherein you can filter the water which is potable. And very important, it shouldn't have bacteria, it shouldn't have virus, it shouldn't have fungus, and it must be free from parasites. And many diseases like typhoid is one of the diseases where it is transmitted through the water. Malaria, of course, the mosquitoes. Like that, when you see, water plays such an important role in the disease transmission as well. Now, lastly, what are you seeing? It should be with minerals and trace elements. Definitely, it is a good option if you have. That means if your water has some rich in essential trace elements and minerals, that is a good potable water. This is the first step. That means you need to have a very clean potable water is the first criteria in your life. Whether you own a device, whether you're going to resonate the water is not important in the beginning. Now, this is the first step. Then comes what else do you need? What you need is definitely you need a very, very clean water. So in that way, what happens? Here, when you see here, the molecules, most of the time, the first person who actually, saw how the water molecules are going inside the cell, it's called aquaporin or water channels. And this guy, what is his name is Peter Agre, and he is the first person who picked up this particular aquaporin, which is a protein and which transport the water into your cell, and he did get a Nobel Prize. This is just for general information I'm giving you. Now, it has been scientifically proven that only a small group of less than 6 water molecules can enter the cell quickly through the aquaporin water channel. Less than 6, that means small molecules join together as 6 and can move forward. Now just imagine if instead of being the 6 molecule, if all the 6 molecules are going to stand in one line and then goes inside, don't you think it will be easy? Now this is what, when you do your blood test and when you drink our terahertz water, resonated water, you can see within 15 minutes you should be able to see the hydration. This is something very, very beautiful. So in that way, when you look at our, what are the frequency, different frequency in our molecules, when you look at, can you see the milk? It's quite a big molecule. Now that's why when the protein is so big, especially people with kidney issues, they would say don't drink water, don't drink this. Why? Because when the molecular size is big, definitely there's a lot of impact on that. But can you see here what is happening on our terahertz device? It's almost 7.6, which is very, very small. Even the MRED technology, when they resonate the water, is almost 7.83. It's also good enough. It is a good, but the advantage for us is ours is only 3 minutes. You can actually definitely resonate the water so fast that, and it is portable and very easy. Whereas when you're talking about an MRED technology, it takes a little longer time, maybe 30 minutes. But I think even MRED technology will advance, and then they also might come up with a faster resonating devices. But when you see the ionized water, can you see what is the size of ionized water? Is almost 54. And what is the size of watermelon is almost 75. Spring water is 80. Mineral water, what you drink from the bottled drinks, is almost 94. Underground water is almost 105. It's all. So when you're looking at, there is a possibility when you're having a smaller molecule of water which can go inside easily, why not? We should look into it. So saying that, frequency also plays a very, very important role. Now, how do you resonate the water? You can resonate the water by holding a glass of water. You can chant some mantras, some singing hymns. You can use some music. You can use some instruments like flute. You can magnetize the water. You can ozonate the water. You can actually put the water inside a pipe, and through the pebbles, it becomes a structured water. So all these are all what happens is when you resonate, the water becomes structured. That's the main benefit of the water getting structured, is using different methodology. So here what we are using since 2019, we are using terahertz resonator, which is another way of making your water structured, and it is stable. That is an advantage. So terahertz water, when you resonate, it is much more stable and it can be kept for a very long time. So terahertz water is also known as what? It's something like a live, known as a live rays or special electromagnetic waves lies between the infrared. I think this most of you all know. So the terahertz technology is something beautiful. Now it has been used in the military radar system, airport system to 6. Now there is something called, in Malaysia right now we are still yet to get the 5G, but I think already there are countries where they are talking about 6G. There are countries which is doing a lot of research on 8G now. 8G, they have gone far ahead. So there is a lot of advantage and advancement going on in our life, and in that way our terahertz resonator water is something very beautiful, very helpful for us in terms of drinking a water for hydration. So it's something very beautiful. And this device is not a rocket science, wherein such a simple mechanism, you have a jug and you have a resonator and you have a power bank. You just put it on and then switch on the power bank. Within 3 minutes the water gets resonated. So it's a beautiful technology which we were introduced, and then a lot of people are benefited. I think more than 30 to 40,000 people in Malaysia and all around the world together are benefited by drinking this terahertz resonated water. So it is something very useful. So in that way, with this information, definitely we need to share. And the generator definitely it emits a 0.96 terahertz waves from the device. It is 0.96 terahertz waves is resonated. The moment it touches your water, it changes to 7.6 hertz. So you need to understand the concept of this. Do not go and tell outside that the water is 0.96. Initially, I made the mistake. I'm talking in 2020. I was thinking it is 0.96 water. I was also talking like that. But later on, I understood as I went inside, it's the rays which comes out from our terahertz device is 0.96. It's an average what they are talking. But the moment you resonate the water, it changes into 7.6 is our hertz is our water. Now, as you see in the thing, aquaporin, it is, instead of being a water cluster, it comes as a single entity and it goes inside, is much more easier. Now, a lot of benefits, vegetables, when you are using a terahertz water, it can stay longer. And when you cook your food with terahertz resonated water, the cooking is much faster, the food is much tastier. So in that way, there are a lot of good benefits in terms of antibacterial effect. It has got an antioxidant effect. Viscosity is very low, 600 minus 680 compared to the normal water. So the more the viscosity, the more advantage for you to, the smoother, it's easier. It's, every time I give you an example is, it's like a fully synthetic engine oil. Now the latest engine oil use fully synthetic oil. So it is much more smoother, much more easier, noise is much less. And imagine those days, what we used to do is, you use a normal engine oil, we need to change between 3 to 5,000 kilometers, we need to change. But the moment you're using a fully synthetic, it can vary from 10 to 15,000 kilometers. You still can drive the car, and the engine is so smooth. Why? Because of the viscosity. So viscosity plays a very important role. So when you're drinking that high viscosity water, what will happen? Your body also feels, it's like, the cells will be skating actually. They'll be doing the skating, or maybe they'll be like skiing inside happily that, hello, this person has drank this water. So they'll be so happy. So in that way, the benefits are much compared to drinking a normal water or compared to drinking any other resonated water. So here what you need to understand is, this is something so beautiful. So we need to definitely share this information to a lot of people, and the certification is already there with us. So you just need to share this information, share whatever your leaders and whatever your uplines have been talking to you, get more information and move forward. Now, the other benefit, other than drinking water, you can use it for spraying on your face. It's something very beautiful. So automatically there is a lot of skin firming, you're shining, the face lifting, wound healing. In fact, in my clinic, we are using terahertz resonated water for wound cleaning. Almost quite now, it's almost three years. I'm using this, and then they are very happy because last time I was not using a terahertz resonator. I was just giving them an acid water. But now what I do is I collect the acid water, which is 3.5 pH water, and then I resonate it with our resonator, and then we use it. Oh, it's an amazing antibacterial effect. So we are very happy in the clinic because our wound healing is just fantastic. So saying that there are a lot of testimonies of gray hair going become black, and hair growing, face becoming much brighter, pimples have come down. There are a lot of sticks, skin scaling. Can you see there are a lot of benefits? And some people definitely you can see their glucose level has come down like that. There are definitely a lot of good benefits where people are getting the benefit by drinking the steroids water. Now, but it may vary from person to person. So you need to understand that all the, like for example, 100 people are going to drink Tara's water. Not all the 100 people with diabetes will get a benefit immediately, but definitely the benefit will be there for the whole body. So look at a bigger, as I told you, holistically look at a bigger picture. Do not look into just your diabetes alone. Do not see, most of us make the mistake, especially when you're talking about Tera's water to a person who has already existing disease, like just like diabetes. The moment you're talking about Tera's resonated water, you need to understand and let them know that this water they need to drink to be alive. They need to drink the water for hydration. They need to drink water for proper metabolism, proper mobilization of vitamins, proper detoxification. Now, these are the physiological functions of our cell. Now, the moment you're talking about a disease, this particular person, whoever has a diabetes or a blood pressure, immediately for them, they will think, oh, the moment if I drink water, can my diabetes get cured? Why should your diabetes get cured by drinking water? Why should you? Is there a genuinity in asking a person just because you are drinking the Taraj water, why should you get healed? But if you get healed, or if your diabetes is under control after drinking Taraj water, you have to salute the water and say thank you to it, and the God, the creator, and you are a co-creator, you have done something, it's beneficial, good. But if by chance you have been drinking and your diabetes is not under control, now do you know that for a diabetic to get control, there are so many factors, right? From your kidneys to your liver to your muscle to your brain, there are so many factors, we do not know which factor is a problem for you. So just by drinking water, how do you expect the problem in a kidney to get benefited or the kidney to become normal? So here you need to be a little more broad, holistic approach. Your aim, you're drinking water for the benefit of every cell so that they can do their job. That's it. You stop, put a full stop there. But by chance you get a benefit. By drinking the water, your blood pressure goes down. Good enough, fantastic. By drinking the water, maybe you had some heart issues where you are not able to climb the stairs, and then after drinking Taraj water, you're able to climb. It's good. Why not? If your skin disease has improved, fantastic. It's good. But whenever we are sharing this information to our friends and colleagues, you just be a little cautious in letting them know that please drink water for being alive. Number one. Number two, you have to drink water for hydration. That is number two. Number three, think of the cells. Your cell need water. If this water you drink, the cell will get the water. Good benefit, isn't it? Number three, if your cell is getting the water, all the food, whatever you eat, the nutrition goes inside. So definitely the cells are happy. If the cells are happy, automatically they will use the glucose. If the glucose is utilized, your glucose, automatically sugar level will come down. It's an automatic phenomena. So just give them an explanation in such a way that they understand the way water works for us. So saying that, number one, you need to let know people, because a lot of people will be thinking that our terahertz resonator is a purifier. They think the moment you say we have a terahertz device, they think that it is like a filtration system. So you need to be very, very clear in letting them know that it is only a device and a resonator. That is it. Number one. Number two, definitely when you're using the terahertz resonated, what happens is it's a non-touch technique wherein when you resonate the water, what happens? The water substructure and the energy state changes. So that is the effect of resonating the water. But what is the important criteria for you? You need to have a good filtered water. Your water should not have all the what is that, your lead, heavy metals, your parasites, all these should not be there, That means your first priority will be having a potable water, which I already showed you. It should be potable, drinkable. Now, when you have a drinkable water and you have a resonator and you resonate, the advantage of it is multifold. A water which is totally not an antibacterial, antifungal, all those properties not there in a normal water, right? The moment you resonate, it gets all those 12 different properties. Don't you think it's beneficial? Don't you think it's good? Don't you think it is what we all have to look into and then drink that kind of water? Yes, we need to. Now, it is not a medical device. Very, very important. So that is why many a times, at least from my point of view, I wouldn't claim that it is a medical, it will do all the cures, like, it will cure your diabetes. I won't even open my mouth to talk about it because it has not been approved like a medical device. Now, the problems what we will face as a doctor, I'll tell you. If the moment we are talking about a medical device, then there will be clinical studies we need to do. Now, if a clinical study need to be done, who has to do the clinical? The company which is manufacturing has to do the clinical studies. Now, if you have to do a clinical study, who is going to pay the money for it? You have to choose a hospital. You have to choose. It's a big process. It's not so easy to get a medical device certification. It's a difficult one. But what is the problem? Why you need a medical certificate for a water device? We don't need it. It's okay because there are other certification. Is it safe to use this device? Yes, those certification we have. Good enough. Just resonate the water and drink the water and move forward. Unless we are talking about the device, where we need to use in a hospital, you need to get an approval. But those are all later part of our life. If probably the company is serious enough, they can do all this certification in terms of getting it as a medical device. Now, finally, what are the health tips I told you? The first tip I told you is drinking sufficient amount of water is very, very important. Now, next is what? Watch your weight. Very important, and your abdominal circumference. Can you, if I'm going to choose 10 people and then check the abdominal, most of the people will have 90 plus. The moment 90 plus is there, automatically visceral fat, we call it as visceral fat. Visceral fat is very high. If visceral fat is very high, then automatically I will say your liver is under a problem. The liver is under pressure. So what happens when your liver starts functioning, slowing down, automatically detoxification is a problem. If liver starts functioning little low, your kidney gets affected. If your liver starts functioning low, your heart gets affected. It's something all a chain reaction, So how much careful we need to be? We have to be. Now, why I say watch your weight? Just imagine your, for example, whatever your height is, you're 164 centimeters tall. Now, your weight should be 64 kgs. So that is ideal weight. Maybe we give you another 5 to 10% of weight. So maybe around 70 kgs is still okay. Now, just imagine you're 90 kgs. There is another 20 kgs extra of flesh in your body in terms of fat or whatever we are talking. There is 20 kgs extra. Now, just imagine yourself. I'm going to give you a suitcase of 20 kgs extra separately in your hand, and you're supposed to carry it every day to your office or to wherever you go. You think you can carry it? No way. Even 2 kgs I give you also, you'll say, I cannot, doctor, I don't think I'll be able to carry it. Why? It's heavy one. But can you imagine your 20 kgs extra weight? Your heart has to pump the blood for the 20 kgs extra flesh. Without fail, it has to still send. The heart cannot say, no, I'm not going to, this fellow is out of my way. I'm only supposed to send for only 70 kgs of weight. The remaining 20, I'm not going to. You think these fellows will go for a strike and say, no, I cannot do? No, the body is so beautiful. In God's creation, the creator has done that. So you as a co-creator, what are you doing? With 20 kgs extra, you don't even feel that you have a 20 kgs extra flesh in your body. So what should you do? So watch your weight, very important. Watch your diet, very important. Because See, these are all, it looks simple. Sometimes it looks funny. Actually, sometimes you are not serious. Sometimes you take things for granted. But the moment you start facing problem, what do? You run from pillar post to one hospital to another hospital, one doctor to another hospital. And then what? Ultimately, what will happen is you still are running around from pillar to post. Ultimately, what? There is no solution, because what solution you are supposed to take in the beginning, you didn't do it. And especially for parents out there, children's overweight, what are you doing? You go to KFC and whack everything. What happens? Ultimately, your children also are not healthy. Are we creating a future with healthy children? We need to be careful. As parents, you need to be very, very careful. You need to be a little strict, little definitely concerned about their health and your health also. Just imagine if the father is fat and then 20 kgs or 30 kgs extra, the children also will see the father who doesn't go for exercise, who doesn't watch his diet, he does everything all in the wrong situations, everything wrong, then what will happen? The children will see the same. But if the father gets up in the morning, he wakes up by 5 o'clock in the morning every day and go for regular exercise, and he doesn't watch TV, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink alcohol, what happened? The children will say, hey, my dad is doing. So even you have every right to tell your children, hey, look, I'm doing it, you better do it. But on the other side, you go to a pub regularly and you drink, and you tell your children, hey, you don't go to pub, but don't drink, you don't smoke, and you go for exercise, you do like this, nobody is going to listen. So you set an example and you be an example. Next, limit all your unhealthy food habits. You have to stop. How many more YouTubes you need to go and see that unhealthy foods, all the canned food are unhealthy, all the restaurants, whatever preparation they make is very, very unhealthy. How many times do people have to tell? There are so many thousands of videos out there. You need to change, switch to healthy food. You need to start from your home. Health begins at your home. And then it may take a little time for you all to cook. And then, of course, it is difficult. See, I'm not here to tell that all the working people also have to practice it. But still, I would request you, please do consider. Because in the future, maybe after 10 years, 15 years, the moment you get a cancer and the doctor will tell you, okay, now stop non-vegetarian, stop drinking milk, stop taking sugar, and now eat all the vegetables, eat a lot of broccoli, all the raw vegetable and fruits, juicing, vegetable juicing, you immediately will start doing. Why? Because you're going to die. So the moment death comes in, everybody opens their eyes, and then only you all want to go and change. Don't do that. Do not wait until the last drop of blood to be shed. Don't do that. Better buck up now. So change. Today is the best day. Now, being physically active and exercise regularly, very, very, whether you like it or not, please, 30 minutes of exercise plays a very important role. Now, many of you, this is something I want to let you know. Many of you would be thinking that I'm just going for walking every day. Yes, fantastic, very good. How many kilometers? 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers? How many kilometers are you walking? Okay, by walking, what else do you achieve? You're just walking only, right? So here, very important, you cannot have jaywalking. You know what is jaywalking? Phone and going on talking and walking there. Ultimately, what happens? It's not at all an exercise. The second issue most of us fail to do is when you're walking, you will have your friends along with them, and then you'll be going on talking and talking and talking. And at the end of the day, the topic will be politics, the topic will be for someone else. And at the end of the day, you're telling you're going for exercise. What exercise are you talking? Absolutely, your mind is totally disturbed. Just imagine of talking politics itself, when this fellow is not doing this, that fellow is not, and with the WhatsApp totally, fully bombarded with all the information about everything. What happens? Your mind will get distracted. Now, the moment your mind gets agitated and distracted, you think it will be an exercise for your body? No way. Your exercise has to be relaxing. You should be feeling so free that the moment you finish your exercise and come, your lungs must have been expanded, your cells inside must be, hey, I'm so happy, hey, you guys did a wonderful job. That should be the attitude. But I have seen many people, the moment you go down there, four people join together talking and talking and talking, ultimately what kind of exercise? Now, coming back to walking is good. I totally salute you for whatever you're doing, but you need to do a little bit of muscle exercises. That means a little bit of flexing. You need to tone your muscle. You need to stretch your muscle. You need to turn left and right. There are a lot of things you need to do. Now, this is where, if you look at the yogic postures, one of the best is the Surya Namaskar. What they say, when you do that, the whole body gets stretched. Even if you can do 10 times of the Surya Namaskar every day and go, your whole body becomes very flexible. It's the simplest exercise I can guide you or I can tell you. Next, what else are you going to do? Reduce your sitting time in one place. Now, this is another biggest situation which we without our knowledge, we do that. The moment you have your phone in your hand, go on scrolling Facebook, WhatsApp, what information, talking, and you're sitting in one place. No way. But today, something very beautiful. See, I have a watch which is Samsung with an app. It will immediately tell me, no, you are sitting for a too long time. Please get up and up. One alarm will come. So, in one way, today the technology is so good. You please utilize it. Utilize it. On one side, technology is bad. Yes, because of the technology, we are facing a lot of problems. But let me tell you, we have no choice. We have to use the technology. Let us use it, but we should know where to draw a line. You are the boss for your own life. So reduce your time sitting with the phone in one place. You have to get up and move around. Apps are available and tell you to move. So look into it. Now get enough of good quality sleep. Very, very important. There is something I want to share in today's situation here in according what is sleep. See, in sleep, there are very important two phases. The first phase is the moment you go to bed and hit your bed and you go to sleep, right? You would go into a very deep sleep. Now, in this deep sleep, there is no dream. You won't dream actually. Now, this is the time a lot of healing will happen for yourselves. A lot of healing. And this is the time you get connected to the cosmic, to the higher dimension. There's a lot of healing coming onto you. There will be a lot of beautiful. This is where your bedroom, it needs to be really cozy. There shouldn't be any television in your room. And it needs to be really spacious. Even if it is a small room, do not keep it with a clutter around you. It should be really for you to go and sleep. And it should be like heaven. Your bedroom must be like in heaven. This is what you need to create. So the first step of the deep sleep, what happens is healing is happening, right? Now the next stage, we call it as a REM sleep. Now in the REM sleep, what happens is, now this is the sleep wherein many of us would be dreaming actually. And many of us would be seeing things as though it is real. Now just imagine you watch a movie, maybe a horror movie. Now what happens? You are in your deep sleep. It may not be the same horror movie coming into your picture. It may not be, but there will be something like a horror coming into your dream, And can you believe during that fearful situation, you're really seeing, but you're not active. You're not awake and then dreaming. You're awake. But here what is happening? You're in a sleep, but you're dreaming. Your whole body will react exactly when you're consciously reacting to a horror movie. The fear will be there. It will be there. So what will happen? The moment you start getting the fear is one of the deadliest enemy of your growth. It is the deadliest enemy of your good health. Even for you want to be successful, fear is not at all a factor which you need to be really cool-headed. So what happens is during the REM sleep, what will happen is there will be a lot of wrong dream. In fact, I always will wish and bless everybody, please have a dreamless sleep. So what do I mean? When you are dreamless sleep, that means the REM sleep is peaceful, maybe you can visualize some angels coming and help. That is okay. But the moment you visualize something not good for you, automatically there is a body releasing all those hormones for protection. Now those are all by cortisol. It will actually create more problem for you. There are a lot of unhealthy situations coming inside. But the same situation when you're happy, what happens? Maybe you're visualizing some angel coming. Maybe you're visualizing some money coming onto you, and then your bank is full of money. What happens? You're very happy. Then what happens? When you're happy, dopamine get released, endorphin get released, oxytocin get released, serotonin get released. You become a happy person. So what happens? When you wake up, you'll be a happy person. So here, this is where in your day-to-day life, what are you doing? Very, very important. The whole day, how did you spend? Is it through positivity you have spent, or through unfavorable negative talks? So you have to stop talking negative about anything under the sun. If you can change, go and change. If you can change, go and change the prime minister today, go and change. You cannot do that, right? Then why are we talking about whether it's good, bad? We cannot do that. So the best thing is you make yourself happy, make your life much more beautiful. Then sensibly, whatever at the time of whatever you want to go and vote, all this, please go and do it. But don't screw up your life by talking unfavorable, unwanted, which you cannot change. And at the end of the day, you go and dream also the same negativity will be dreaming in the REMs, which is not good. This is where a lot of people do not sleep properly. But for me, the moment I hit my bed, that's it. The next is I get up in the morning. That's it. In between, what happens, I don't know. It's so many years I have never even dreamt. Something very beautiful. So you need to practice that. So getting good quality, avoiding alcohol, smoking, sedentary lifestyle. I've seen a lot of people, by the time you're 60 years old, you say you're retired. Yes, you're retired. So what? Why can't you do something? Why can't you do some social service? Why can't you go and be active? One thing will happen is the moment you stop doing anything, especially for your brain being active, your brain, in a slang language, if I tell you, it gets rusted. Why do you want to rust your brain? At 60 years, you start rusting, and by 70 years, you will physically become so immobile that every joints cannot even move. Then finally, you want a walking stick, and you will be dependent on other people. Why should you? If you are retiring, fantastic, no issues, is fantastic. But maybe you want to rest for 6 months, please. But after 6 months, wake up, do something, be active until your last breath. Please be active so that your brain is active, your physical body is active. Do some exercise. You have to do all this, please, because life is so beautiful. For all the number of years until 60, you have done a great job. You had a fantastic family, you have fantastic children, all grown. But after 60, what kind of life are you leading? Is more important than what you did in the past 60 years, because 60 years you won't even realize. You won't even realize you get married. You don't even realize you produce a child. You don't even realize you become a grandfather. You don't even realize you're retiring. All this will happen over just like that. But after 60 years, when you look back and see how healthy are you, that is when you will have one list of diseases. Oh, I have diabetes, I have blood pressure, heart problem, all this, one big list. And proudly we will be, promoting that and telling everybody, I have this, I have this. Sorry, please do not go on propagating the disease what you have. Do not even tell that, because the moment you tell, you are attracting that kind of vibration. Stop doing that. Very important, emotional balance. Very, very important. Do you get angry very fast? How do you handle stress? Very important health tip. The more anger, the more emotionally you're imbalanced, you will have more problems in life. Whether it's a man or a woman, both are today's emotionally very much distant. Now there is a lot of course available, emotional coefficient. They teach you. What, why do you need a teacher for you to balance your emotion? You don't need actually. But what to do? The moment you're ignorant, one company will come out with a beautiful advertisement. Please come to us. We will teach you all the balancing of emotion. We'll do this, we'll do. And you go and pay them the money and you get emotional balance. Do you need that? God has given you the wisdom. God has given you the beautiful cells which do wonderful things for you in your day-to-day life. How intelligent they are. And when your body is so intelligent, your cells are so, why aren't you intelligent? You should be intelligent. So don't be disgraceful for the creator. You have to be very, very graceful. You have to be so intelligent and wise that God, even you're up there, you should see, wow, my child is so beautiful. Wow, so beautifully he is handling everything in life. He never even calls me. He never even, calls me and tells me, hey, sir, I have this problem. You don't even tell him because you're so intelligent. You can handle all the problems or handle all the situations in life. So please wake up, change the way you're living. Then take appropriate. This is something maybe not many of them will tell, but I would definitely request you take appropriate supportive nutraceuticals according to your body requirement. This is very, very important because in my hair analysis, I have done almost 2000 hair analysis, and I see invariably everybody will be deficient. Like last week, I did my hair analysis. In that, I had deficiency of arginine. I had deficiency of citrulline. Now these two are, see, just imagine I'm sharing my real time. These two deficiency is there. That means I can get a heart attack. See, this is something very important, amino acid. So what I did, I started supporting my body. Then I had a little bit of CoQ10 deficiency. So I started taking CoQ. That's it, nothing else. Then I had some little bit of B complex deficiency. I took the jab. That's it. Nothing else. So very simple. There are a lot of things you need to. So it is not like your doctors, or maybe I do not know, if they say, hey, no, 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 you don't need to take vitamins. That is all those days. Today, let me tell you, you have a lot of vitamin deficiency. You know why? It's because of the radiation outside. It's because of the lead poisoning inside. Heavy metal poisoning. These guys are heavy metal, will go and steal all your nutrients, and they will be sticking onto it. So where is the nutrition? Whatever you're eating, it's not there. You may be taking a lot of vitamins, but it's not sufficient enough in your body. So how do you want to prove it? Get your hair analysis done. You will exactly know what vitamin is a deficiency, what mineral is a deficiency, what omega-3 is a deficiency, what kind of parasites you have in your body. All this can be seen in a hair analysis. So why not yearly once do it? But yearly once, I see a lot of people going and doing a blood test and finally proudly coming and telling, I don't have anything, I'm very healthy. But at the end of the day, next 15 days, that person will be dead. How come? Blood test all okay? Then why the person died? Now, this is where you need to answer. Your blood test will not reveal your cellular health. It will never. Just like the moment you say, you just go down and they will do a ECG, and then, ECG is basically for your heart. ECG will never show you anything unless you get a heart attack. That means only after a heart attack you can see. Even if you had a heart attack, before it picks up, it will be late actually. Many times it will be late. So this is where you have to take a one step behind and always take appropriate measures to see to that you take care of your health. So health is wealth. This is what I mean. Health is wealth. So it is a very broad spectrum of analysis you need to understand. So do not take this beautiful body for granted. Once you die, you die. That's it. You cannot go back there and come back in the spirit form and then say, I want a body. When who is going to give you a body? Nobody is going to give you a body. So better utilize this beautiful life on this planet Earth with this beautiful body. Spend some money for the body. Every time, whenever someone comes, I'll ask them, how much donation can you give for your body? This is the way I talk to my patients. I tell them, how much donation? Some people say, doctor, I'll give you $50. I say, $50, don't come to me. Go and eat whatever you want. Because that's the value you give for your body. If you can anything, no problem. I spend quite a bit of my for nutraceuticals. I do spend money because it is what is you need to take care. Because if without this body, I cannot move forward. So please take care of your body in such a way that it is your first priority in your life. Then everything will start falling in place. When you are healthy, let me tell you, even if you're 90 years, you still can earn some money because you're such a wonderful, intelligent being. Just give some consultation, take the money. It's still okay. A lot of people are doing that. Then using technology to your advantage. Sitting at home, you can do a lot of things. Sitting at home, you can see a lot of things. So in that way, wonderful things are available. So please take care of your health. And as I given you the 10 steps or 10 tips, I would say, look into your health and then start living a wonderful journey of life. And with this, being healthy is a gift of being a co-creator. Now, this is something very beautiful. You are a co-creator, right? Being healthy, you are a beautiful co-creator. Because the creator up there also will be seeing from there, wow, this guy is very healthy, no diseases, fantastic. He'll be also happy. Because every time you will be asking him, please give some money, please give me good health. You ask him also, you think God is going to come and give. He is not going to give you good health. He has given you the wisdom how to be healthy. Now, Terahertz this particular platform is there. How many of you are inviting people? We should have at least 250 to 300 people on the platform on a day. Why? Only 150 people. 200. Why? Because you don't want to go and tell people, don't go on to invite people. You should do it. You're a co-creator, isn't it? Go and create. Why not? Are you paying any money here? No. Then sharing of knowledge. We are there to assist you. Why not? Please take it. This is what is the only way I can be a good co-creator, because I have done my duties for 75 weeks of this beautiful journey. I have done my duties. I'm not expected anything from you all, because I'm not expecting you come back and then give me money or come and see me. No, you don't need to. But I want to share everything with you so that you be healthy, because you can do a lot of things. Your family will be happy. When you are healthy, your family is happy. When you are healthy, your society, your friends, they will look at you and say, wow, you are so healthy. How is that? Show them. Now, but you are becoming wealthy with your good health. Isn't it a bonus for you? It's a bonus. Enjoy. So saying this, Thank you very much for for patiently. I think today I took almost 1 hour and 10 minutes. It's a little longer. So thank you very much for all the wonderful souls who have been here patiently listening. And I hope I have tickled your brain. And I feel we all have to be the best co-creator on planet Earth. And saying this, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. Yes, it's so enlightening when I listen to you. And I thank and praise God also that I'm considered healthy. But I'm going to do my hair analysis. Definitely. There are a few questions here, doctor, for you. Let me see. Wait, let me find this. Okay. Is the water suitable for heart problem?
What kind of heart problem are you talking?
Vicky
Actually speaking, everybody can drink. But if you're talking about heart problem, what problem? That will be the question. But I do know what they are trying to ask. By chance, if you have gone for a stenting, can it be safe drinking? I would say definitely they will be very safe. Number one, if you have undergone bypass, definitely it is safe. Only thing is you have to wait for a minimum of 3 to 6 weeks before the patient is out of the surgical procedure, and then 6 weeks, let the patient recover first. And then, very important, your doctors would already put you on blood thinners. Definitely, yes, they would have put on blood thinners. Number one. Number two, that is when you're drinking this water, you definitely need to start drinking lower amount. That means 250 ml per day. Then the remaining normal water. Then 500 ml. Then the normal water. Then 1 liter normal water. Then 1.5 liter normal water. Then 2 liters normal water. See your body. Please understand. You don't need for me to advise on this area. Just imagine your cells are intelligent. Let me be very frank. Your cells are intelligent. The moment you drink the water, what needs to do? They will do the job. You don't have to instruct anything. So it is very, very safe to drink terahertz water, but provided you need to give an option for the body to adapt to the water. Very important, because this water is very powerful. The energy is very good. It is a structured water. It is a linear in this one. So many different things. All the while you never drank a resonated water. But here, when you're starting off, go slow and slowly push it in. Definitely your body will never reject anything which is good. It will never reject. So in that way, definitely, yes, you can drink.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. The second question is from Marina. Doctor, is it okay to resonate Australian drinking water direct from the water pipe?
I frankly do not know how clean is the water, but as I told you, please see to that it must be actually. See, I do appreciate that in a developed country, the water supply system definitely is should be clean enough. But if they have a little doubt that there might be some issues, just buy a small filtration system and fix it inside, so that collect the water and then you can resonate it. But if you are very confident that your water is really clean, absolutely no bacteria, no heavy metals, please resonate it. It's not at all a problem. Absolutely is not a problem.
Okay. Next question from Steve Kam. Doctor, why am I losing weight with terahertz water?
What is that?
Why am I losing weight with terahertz water?
Losing weight. Okay. Now, how much of weight? Now, the next question I will ask, how much of weight have you lost? What was your weight before? Is it more than 10 kgs? Is it more than 20 kgs? Okay, here, this is only what I would say is I'm just visualizing what probably this person wants to know. Number one, okay, if you're losing weight, okay, if you're losing weight, you have to just understand what is your height and what is your weight. What is an ideal weight? If it is losing 3 kgs up and down, so you're going up and down, right? Okay, now, number one of the reasons you lose weight is because when your metabolism is good, that means it is utilizing all the required amount of glucose. And sometimes what happens is it will use even your fat. It will eat up. See, fat is something will be utilized whenever you don't eat properly. Your fat will be converted, and then that is how you lose weight. That is on one side. But on the other side, if you're looking at losing a weight now, like this person has told is around 170 centimeters height. So your weight ideally can be plus or minus 70 kgs. Plus or minus 70 kgs. That means 70 minus 7 is 63. So you are now 4 kgs less. That means 59 kgs, 4 kgs less. Now the next question would be, what is your age? How old are you? That is another area we need to look. If your age is above 50 years, we need to understand that there are sometimes rejuvenating of your cells. 70 years old. Now, beautiful. 70 years old for you, even if you are on the weight. See, you cannot think of a 70-year-old person imagining at the age of 40 years, your weight should be 70 kgs. That's ideal. But for a 70-year beautiful soul, if you're 59 kgs, it's still okay because you're lighter, nothing else. Unless you're suspecting like cancer, unless you're suspecting because of losing weight, you have lost appetite. And there are so many things we can look into, but I frankly don't want to think of all that. But I would say if you're lightweight, featherweight, you call yourself as a featherweight beautiful soul, and then you start flying. Why not? If you're lower the weight, better for you, because as we age older, it's better to be on the lighter side, because for us, the body needs to move forward, your heart needs to pump blood, your liver needs to work. So lighter, the better for the body. So it's okay. Unless there are other symptoms you're looking at, if you're seriously looking at you're losing weight and there is some problem, please go and check with your doctor, and then is there any other issue? Otherwise, absolutely don't worry. If you're a featherweight person, enjoy it and move forward.
Okay, thank you, doctor. The next question, Christina Fredericks. Where to get a hair analysis? How come doctors never recommend this?
No worries. What they can do is they can actually message me. Then I will tell you whichever area or whichever state they are. I can ask my friends to do the testing for them. If it is outside Selangor, I can ask them to do the test for us. Then they can send the report to me, and I can help them to decode it and then tell what to do. I can assist them that way. So ask them to call me, and then I will definitely assist them.
Okay, the next one is addressed to me. Share tonight's recorded session. I cannot share in this group. Get it from either Brian or Shereen. Okay.
So what I will do is I will actually upload it once Brian sends to me tomorrow morning. I will be uploading in my YouTube channel. I'll be uploading it. Then I will share it in the group, and they can actually watch it.
Very good. Thank you, doctor. Another one, Mr. Tan or Miss Tan. What type of container is good to keep terahertz water? Is colored container safe to keep the terahertz water?
Jug is the best actually, number one. But of course, not everybody will buy another separate jug and keep another this one. The other easiest, simplest way to store is your glass. Store it in a glass container is the best actually.
Okay, let me see.
Is that right? They were asking about the container.
Yeah. Oh, Steve was saying he only lose 3 kg up and down.
What is that?
Just now losing weight. He only lost 3 kg. 3 kg up and down.
Still okay, 3 kgs up and down is still okay. No issue. It's not a big
and
deal.
He's 70 and he's 70.
Definitely, of course, I cannot expect him to have 70 kgs weight. For his age, 70 kgs, and for his height also 70 kgs is ideal, but cannot.
Okay, doctor, one common question which you always have. Why is it that we can't store terahertz water in steel containers?
No, very simple is number one. See, let's talk about structured water. Structured water. It's not just we are talking about our terahertz resonated water. Any structured water, when you keep it in a stainless steel container or in any other metal containers, see what will happen is these objects will attract the magnetic fields. So when they attract the magnetic fields, they can disturb the structure of the water to a little extent. That is the only idea that we say don't keep it in a metal container. But if you want to drink water, after taking it from our jug, you pour it in a steel glass water and you drink it, is not a problem because immediately you're going to drink. The only criteria is do not store it in that whatever steel container or metal container for very long time. If it's a short duration, is absolutely no issues. And one of the humble requests to all of you down here is very important. As far as possible, please resonate it every day and freshly drink it. and if possible, resonate it 3 times and then drink the water is really very good. And drink it fresh every day.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, a personal question. I got a lot of advices from people. I'm 64 this year, myself. I'm 64. I've been playing badminton for the last 25 years and still playing, still active. A lot of people advise me, I'm getting old, I cannot play anymore because it's fast-paced game. What do you think?
I really blank. Actually, I really don't know.
I don't have any heart issue or blood pressure or anything. And I enjoy my game very much. We have similar age people playing together for so many years. A lot of people advise me, they say very dangerous because a lot of people die in badminton courts. I don't know what to do.
Some things cannot answer.
Okay, I think still walking is still the best. Okay, doctor, there's a question here. Okay, why risk
3 times is, this is my experience I'm sharing with you. Why you need to 3 times is because, no, the reason is, this is a practical experience I'm talking. Practical experience. 3 times when you, I used to normally do it 2 times, but suddenly 3 months ago, I started resonating 3 times and the water taste, everything started a little more better and the absorption is much more better. In fact, if you ask Frankie, he has testimonies where the person has resonated 5 times and his prostate problem is clear. 5 times resonating. Yes. No, there are, but of course, standard, I would say 2 times resonating is good enough, but 3 times, see if it is your own instrument and for your own self, why not resonate 3 times and drink la? What is a big deal?
Okay, the next question.
Thank you very much, Anna.
One more.
Next week with the 76th episode. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. Thank you so much for sharing. See you next week. We look forward. Thank you, and good night.